Alrighty then, it's Friday, May 7th. Here just doing, I guess it's a ranking. It's a personal ranking. It's not the whole catalog ranking because I didn't really feel the need to buy the whole thing. I got what I felt was essential, not to discredit their other output. This band's another English band, classic rock, so to speak. Um, they were formed in the late '60s by, the typical English art student types. Roger Waters, Nick Mason on drums, Richard Wright on keyboards, and Sid Barrett, the Mad Hatter. Okay, they put out a couple ad albums. I think Sid left after the second album. They brought in on guitar David Gilmour, which would be their classic lineup at the height of their career. Not till the very end, because there would be some people leaving once again. But what I got is basically their '70s output, which to me is beyond the pale. There is nothing that compares to this, in my opinion. So let us begin. I'm going to start with 1970. What is this? I think it was 72. 1972's Obscured by Clouds. This was actually a soundtrack to this movie called Laval, directed by Barbet Schroeder. I think it was a French guy, Barbet. But anyway, I like it, Obscured by Clouds, instrumental, I think. And I really like the song Childhood's End and Free For and Stay. Absolute Curtains is a long track, bit obscure, not completely unenjoyable. Yeah, so When You're In is instrumental. Burning Bridge is fantastic. The middle songs are great. Just totally dig it. They're not your traditional Floyd songs that people would think of. They're more just good music. Okay, so that was 72. And then we're gonna go a year back to 1971. Medal. Like I said, this was Pink Floyd is when they started. This is actually when Pink Floyd became Pink Floyd with this record right here. One of These Days. What a great song. Oh my, it's an instrumental, but it's fantastic. It's got, and then of course the the entire side of one of the disc at the time was Echoes, one of their classic songs. It's like 24 minutes long. But that's when Floyd became Floyd, in my opinion. So, like I said, they released 6 albums in the '70s. Okay, so I'm actually going with their next release, which is March of '73, which is, most people are like, wow, that's kind of low. But you know what? Dark Side of the Moon. Classic album, sold like, I don't know, like a gazillion copies or something. Was on the Billboard charts for like 800 years. Speak to Me, Breathe, On the Run, Time, The Great Gig in the Sky, Money, Us and Them, Brain. Classic album, They said it has some sort of correlation to The Wizard of Oz. Interesting theories. These were inside, when you bought the album, they came with these little postcards for the album, and I think there was a poster in there too. Classic cover too. Classic cover. This would be number 4 for me in my personal ranking. I don't want to say, anything, about their other works, but I'll get to that in a minute. So that would be number 4. Number 3 for me would be The Wall. Now, this was the first of one of 2 times that I saw Pink Floyd was for this record. Nassau Coliseum, it was 79, I believe. They actually had the entire wall on stage. This is such a great concept album. It's just so many cuts. It's almost like an album you put on. Of course, there's tracks on here that you can pick and choose, and there's this poster. This poster was in the album at the time. The LP, the Lone Player. Fantastic stuff. In the Flesh, The Thin Ice, Another Brick in the Wall Part 1, Happiest Days, Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, which was a #1 single for them in the United States. We just shot this. It just shot them into like a whole other stratosphere. Goodbye Cruel World, Hey You, Comfortably Numb, In the Flesh, Run Like Hell, Outside the Wall, The Trial. Just great, interesting movie too. If you get a chance to watch it, interesting movie. Yeah, so that would be my #3 album. My #2 album will be this little gem, Animals. Pigs on a Wing, Dogs, Pigs, 3 different ones, Sheep, and Pigs on a Wing, Part 2. Love this album. See, they got albums that you can listen to from start to finish. You put them on, that's it. You go about your business. This might even have been #1, but I don't know. It might trade places with my #1, which isn't too hard to figure out. Wish You Were Here. Wish You Were Here and Shine On, You Crazy Diamond. Welcome to the Machine. Have a Cigar. Apparently Roger Waters had written this about Syd Barrett, who had jumped the shark, so to speak, gone off the deep end, too much LSD, probably other things like depression, other kinds of things, didn't really the stardom, and apparently he even showed up when they were recording this little gem, so, yeah, it's fantastic album. These little postcards came in there. Love this album. Now, not to disparage their other works, the other works are somewhat dated, the late 60s music. So what I would suggest is you get their greatest hits, Echoes. It's a double CD. Lots of tracks on here. Astronomy Dynamite. See Emily Play, The Happiest Days of Our Lives. What else is in here? Yeah, that's, I think, let me see. Sorry. It's a flip cover, so it's 2 covers on there. Astronomy Dynamite, which was off their first album. The Happiest Days of Our Lives. No, that was See Emily Play. The Happiest Days of Our Lives was off the wall. My mistake. What else we got here? Oh, Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun. It's a great song. But like I said, you can have this record along with these other 6, and that's the essentials. What else is on here? There's a couple other songs on here, I believe. But then you also flip it around, and on the other side, you have like the Fletcher Memorial Home, which was on the final cut. Very divisive album. Some people, I think Richard Wright was gone. David Gilmour contributed a little bit. It was more like a Roger Waters solo album, really. And then there's also When the Tiger Broke Free. Now this was on the soundtrack album for The Wall. It was written at the time of The Wall. Wasn't included on the album, but it was in the movie. Cool song. That's why I say it's good to buy this companion piece. What else is here? Oh, Arnold Lane. That was one of their late 60s records. Jug Band Blues. That's another one of their late 60s records. Bike. Another one of their late 60s. I think that was off their first album. Like I said, it's a good companion piece. This is all you need. That and those six. What else is on here? And then of course they have Learning to Fly, Marooned, which were on their late '80s albums when it was just Richard Wright, David Gilmour, and Nick Mason because Roger Waters had left. But anyway, there you go. My number one is There, Wish You Were Here. Animals, The Wall, very relevant today. Dark Side of the Moon. Oh, by the way, equal to this sold 80 gazillion copies too. I know it's kind of a vast number, but that's about as close as I can get. And then you have Metal, not middle, Metal. And then you have Obscured by Clouds. So there you go. Pink Floyd, The Essentials to Own. Give me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Doesn't matter. Not many people watch anyway. Somehow I get subscribers when I don't put up videos. So when I put this up, people will disappear. Anyway, have a good day, have a good weekend, and you can make the difference. Just make that first move.